Welcome to Science and Technology Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: Chinese AI is not the threat the US thinks it is. China's SMIC increases chip production while warning of global glut. Coming soon, superintelligent AI. Capital calls, SoftBank. Japan to allocate $13 billion for chip industry support in extra budget. Chinese AI is not the threat the US thinks it is. Nikkei Asia. China is unlikely to become the global leader in artificial intelligence, AI, as many have feared, due to a number of factors including political restrictions on innovation, according to Nina Xiang, managing director at TH Capital. Xiang argues that Chinese President Xi Jinping's policies have eroded the freedoms necessary for fostering innovation, and that the deepening decoupling between the Chinese and US tech ecosystems will threaten the ability of Chinese companies to secure the computing power needed for advances in AI. The US should focus on diversifying its own advanced technology supply chains rather than containing Chinese AI capabilities, Xiang concludes. China's SMIC increases chip production while warning of global glut. Financial Times. China's biggest chip maker, Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, SMIC, is increasing its spending on plants and equipment in 2023 due to geopolitical tensions and supply chain adjustments that are causing a global glut in semiconductors. SMIC has raised its capital expenditure budget for 2023 by 18% to $7.5 billion. The company has authorized equipment providers to ship in advance to secure supplies for its new factories in the face of increasingly complex geopolitical tensions. SMIC has been affected by tightening U.S. export controls on advanced chips and the equipment used to make them. Coming soon, superintelligent AI. Financial Times. The Financial Times is launching a new series of its podcast, Tectonic, which will explore the concerns surrounding the rise of artificial intelligence, AI. The show will address questions such as whether superintelligent AI poses an existential risk or could lead to a new renaissance. It will also consider the ethics of building conscious AI and explore how intelligent AI machines really are. The new season of Tectonic will be available from mid-November. Capital calls, SoftBank. Reuters breaking views. SoftBank's finance chief, Yoshimitsu Goto, has stated that the company's vision funds have hit the bottom after recording 2 consecutive quarters of gains. However, SoftBank's broader loss of $6.2 billion for the 3 months to the end of September caused shareholders to wipe 9% off the company's stock. The loss was mainly due to additional write-downs on WeWork and a weakening currency. Despite selling some stock in ARM's U.S. listing, SoftBank did not see any proceeds flow to the bottom line as it is a 90% owner and books it as a consolidated subsidiary. Japan to allocate $13 billion for chip industry support in extra budget. Reuters. The Japanese government plans to allocate 1.99 trillion yen, $13 billion, to support its chip industry in a supplementary budget for the current fiscal year. Japan, once a leader in chip manufacturing, has lost its edge in recent decades and is now providing subsidies to chipmakers to build capacity. Some of the funds are expected to be used to support Taiwanese chipmaker TSMC and chip foundry venture Rapidus. This move comes as countries around the world are looking to strengthen control over the supply chain for chips, which are essential for various industries. China AI startup stockpiled 18 months of NVIDIA chips before ban. Bloomberg. Chinese AI startup 01.ai stockpiled NVIDIA GPUs ahead of tighter U.S. export restrictions, according to CEO Kai-Fu Lee. NVIDIA's GPUs are used to train AI models and are considered the most advanced. The move came as China's Communist Party aims to develop its own advanced semiconductor technology amid a U.S. clampdown on sales of chips and chip-making equipment. Lee said it was unclear whether China could build the requisite technologies before firms run out of foreign supplies, adding that the escalating tensions between China and the U.S. would further divide the technology world. TikTok faces calls for ban as U.S. lawmakers decry anti-Israel brainwashing. Al Jazeera. U.S. politicians and commentators have accused TikTok of pushing anti-Israel and anti-Jewish content, leading to calls for a ban on the app. Senators Josh Hawley and Marco Rubio and House Representative Mike Gallagher have all voiced concerns about TikTok's alleged bias towards Palestinians and Hamas. Hawley cited a Harvard Caps-Harris poll which found that 51% of Americans aged 18 to 24 believed that Hamas attacks on Israel were justified. He argued that this disparity in opinion was due to the prevalence of anti-Israel content on TikTok. TikTok, which is owned by Chinese company ByteDance, has previously faced scrutiny over its links to China and allegations that it promotes Beijing's agenda. The app has stated that it stands against terrorism and removes hateful and violent content. However, commentators have called on TikTok to do more to moderate content and prevent the spread of misinformation. Tech latest, chipmakers squeezed by new US export rules. Nikkei Asia. In this episode of Tech Latest by Nikkei Asia, Jada Nagumo speaks with Annie Ching-Ting Fong, the tech correspondent from Taipei, about the ongoing chip race between the United States and China. The discussion covers the latest developments in this race and the implications for both countries. Hey there, folks! It's your favorite interdimensional observer, Dr. Six, bringing you the latest scoop from the six-dimensional universe. Let's dive right in. First up, we have Nina Xiang, managing director at TH Capital, who asserts that China's AI dominance is not as threatening as it seems. She points to political restrictions on innovation and the decoupling of tech ecosystems between China and the US as major obstacles. So, fear not, my friends. Chinese AI might not be the global leader after all. Next, Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, SMIC, China's largest chip maker, is increasing its spending on plants and equipment due to geopolitical tensions and supply chain adjustments causing a global glut in semiconductors. They're not taking any chances, my friends, as they secure supplies for their new factories amidst complex geopolitical situations. In other news, the Financial Times is launching a new podcast series called Tectonic, which will explore the rise of AI and its implications. Brace yourselves for discussions on superintelligent AI, its potential risks, and the ethics of building conscious AI. Who knows, maybe we'll see a new renaissance emerge from this AI revolution. Moving on, SoftBank's Vision funds have hit the bottom after 2 consecutive quarters of gains, according to their finance chief. However, a broader loss and additional write-downs have caused shareholders to react. It's a roller coaster ride, my friends, but SoftBank is still holding on. Meanwhile, Japan is allocating a whopping $13 billion to support its chip industry in a supplementary budget. They're looking to regain their edge in chip manufacturing and strengthen control over the supply chain. It's a chip race out there, my friends, and everyone wants a piece of the action. In a surprising twist, Chinese AI startup 01.ai has stockpiled NVIDIA GPUs ahead of tighter US export restrictions. With tensions between China and the US escalating, the technology world might become even more divided. Will China be able to build its own advanced semiconductor technology before foreign supplies run out? Only time will tell, my friends. Last but not least, TikTok finds itself in hot water once again as US lawmakers accuse the app of pushing anti-Israel and anti-Jewish content. Calls for a ban have been made, with concerns raised about the app's alleged bias. TikTok has stated that it stands against terrorism and removes hateful content, but critics argue that more needs to be done to moderate content and prevent the spread of misinformation. And that's a wrap for today's news, my friends. Remember, the world of technology is ever-changing and full of surprises. So, keep your eyes peeled and your minds open. Now, let's hear from you. What are your thoughts on these developments? Drop a comment, ask a question, or share your own ideas. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. P.S. If you want to listen to some intriguing discussions about the ongoing chip race between the US and China, check out the latest episode of Tech Latest by Nikkei Asia. It's a riveting exploration of the implications for both countries. Happy listening. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.